Most people would love to change their financial situation by earning more money, accumulating wealth, and living abundantly. This requires that we align our thoughts, intentions, and actions. Most people don't have a healthy relationship with money and don't understand manifestation, which makes it very difficult. Their thoughts and feelings about money make it oftentimes impossible to achieve their financial goals. So, manifestation is rooted in the law of attraction. It's the belief that focusing your thoughts and energy can bring it into reality. Some view manifestation as purely metaphysical and kind of out there. I mean, I've heard people say, oh, it's just weird spiritual stuff, it's kooky. Others see it as a powerful tool for achieving their financial goals. Let's talk for 1 minute about the woo-woo stuff. And I've heard some crazy things. The most crazy one I heard was you had to remove all your body hair. And the person sharing this still had all the hair on their head. I'm like, interesting. Another one is you have to have great sex, which we're not even going to dive into that topic today. Another one is painting your nails gold or green. Now, I love this one because I was sitting next to a woman at the salon and she was getting her nails done in dollar signs. And it was kind of ironic that I'm sitting next to her and she's like, yeah, I'm really into the law of attraction. I'm like, well, look who you've attracted. And it was just, we had a great conversation. But the reason I really like this one is because it real time reminds us to check in on our thoughts, our intentions, and our actions. It's right there. So I like that one. Another one was dropping sweet orange oil in your hand lotion to draw in cash. Another one was wearing an amber ring. Also placing crystals. Now, I like that one because I believe in energy and love the science behind it. But regardless of what you do, some of the things are really out there and some of the things are kind of hard to understand, like removing all your body hair. I mean, I've worked with multimillionaires for 35 years and I've not yet seen any of them do that. And so I've also not seen them woo their way to wealth, fulfillment, or prosperity. So again, just an FYI. What I've seen in the course of my career, and it's how I've become to believe what I believe, is that the reality of manifestation is that it's a combination of both the woo and the work, the woo and the do. And I call it practical manifestation. And the best news of all is it can be used for anything you want to achieve. So if you want more success in your life, with your money, or in your business, stay tuned. You're going to love today's episode. Hi, my name is Annette Bau, your host of the Wealth Inside and Out podcast. I'm a certified financial planner and founder of the Millionaire Insider. For over 30 years, I have been advising and researching the top 1% of millionaires, and I am passionately obsessed with money, mindset, and the intersection of self-worth and net worth, and how the two connect and allow us to live fulfilled and wealthy lives on our terms. I'm a Midwestern girl who had a dream, began investing $25 a month 35 years ago, and today have a multi-million-dollar net worth. I teach the tried and true that only someone with over 3 decades of experience advising millionaires would know. This podcast is different, about much more than money. We talk about mindset, success, money blocks, worth barometer, and all aspects of money and topics from practical manifestation, along with real-world how-to and everything in between, with the goal of making your journey easier and more fun. Think of this as coffee, actually matcha tea, learning real-world common sense money and life advice from a BFF that you can start applying today. If you want to create a financially free life you love, you are in the right place, my friend. This is the Wealth Inside and Out podcast. If you need help on your next best financial step so you can secure your future and create a retirement you love, go to themillionaireinsider.com/NSF. Today's free resource is our Millionaire Mindset Guide. You can access it at themillionaireinsider.com/SMMG. In this resource, I share 35 years of my research advising millionaires on how they think and what they do to separate themselves from others. You're going to learn what you need to do to increase your results so you can live a fulfilled and wealthy life. If you want the best in the trenches insight on successful people, you're going to love this resource. Again, it's at themillionaireinsider.com/SMMG. For today's show notes, you can go to themillionaireinsider.com/51. All materials and intellectual property are copywritten by themillionaireseries.com. The information we provide is not intended to replace any advisor or specialist, and it's not intended to offer any investment, financial, estate, tax, retirement, planning, or healthcare advice. All participants agree to hold millionaireseries.com and its affiliates harmless for results achieved or not achieved. So today you're going to learn, what does manifesting wealth mean? The 5 steps to manifest what you want, tips on how to laser focus your attention and remove barriers, and practical steps to attract and manifest more money. So let's dive in. I want to start by sharing a story about practical manifestation. And as we go through this, I want you to think about that, because some people think manifestation is so out there, and sometimes it does seem really out there. But then other people are so caught up in just the work, and then they're not getting the results they want. And when you really see a person combine the two, that's where I've seen the most amazing results. My father was an amazing fisherman, probably the best I have ever met in my life. He would state, "I'm going fishing." And what that basically meant was that he was going to go to our cabin and catch the maximum amount of fish allowed, and then he would return with them. And all he would do is say, "I'm going fishing." And we knew what that meant. He set an intention, and then he achieved his goal. His thoughts, intentions, and actions were all consistent with his goal, and he achieved it every time. I can never remember him coming and not having achieved his goal. And I can remember when my husband and I went fishing with him. We were up at our cabin, and we went down to this creek, and I kid you not, it was probably about 6 inches deep, so you could just see right down there, and there was no fish. I'm like, "We're never going to catch our maximum." He's like, "We will." And within an hour, he had mine caught, which was 12. My husband's caught, which was 12. His caught, which was 12. I was like, that is unbelievable. That, my friends, is practical manifestation. Determining what you want and then going and making it a reality and not even thinking twice. Amazing. I love it. So how to manifest money in 5 steps. What does manifesting money mean? Most agree that it's aligning our thoughts, our intentions, and our actions to attract more wealth. At the core of manifesting money is the law of attraction, which states that like attracts like. That's why, if you attract an unhealthy partner and you look at when you attracted them, you'll see you were not operating at your best. Simply put, the energy you put into the universe, whether it's positive or negative, is going to come back to you. Therefore, to manifest money, it's essential to cultivate a mindset of abundance and positivity. In this episode, you're going to learn strategies and techniques for effectively manifesting money, and we're going to dive into 5 steps. So the first step is you got to clarify your financial goals. It's mind-boggling to me, people that want to achieve financial freedom, and they're like, "Oh, that's great. Well, what do you want to achieve?" "I just want to be financially free." It's got to be really clear. So you've got to focus in on exactly what you want, and you got to be specific. How much money do you want to earn? How much money do you want to accumulate? How much money will you need for retirement? And how much do you want in your investment or bank account? Setting clear intentions helps us focus our energy and gives the universe a clear signal of what we desire. While manifesting involves aligning our energy with our desires, it's essential to complete it with inspired action. And it's so frustrating when I just see so many people teaching manifestation and all this spiritual woo-woo stuff, which is awesome when it's combined with the practical side of doing it. But when it's not, it leads a lot of people down a rabbit hole thinking they're just going to sit on their couch and own it into existence. It doesn't work like that. So what I want you to think about as you think about inspired action, I want you to just for 1 minute, think about something that you were really excited about, that you just couldn't wait to get at. Now I want you to think about something you dread. And so if I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking like something I'd really be excited about is I get really excited when we go skiing and we're at the slopes and we're now skiing. I dread getting up in the morning and it being really cold. And so it's really interesting. I dread doing taxes. I dread doing some of my filings. I love having coffee with my kids. I like spending time with my husband. So when you think about different things, I want you to think about that energy. And then what I want you to think about is which has a better result. When you're dreading doing something, just the energy alone of like dreading to do a filing, it causes it to be so much more stressful than it would be if you went into it with inspired action. So I want you to just think about that. I also want you to think about taking practical steps toward your financial goals. It may be starting a side hustle, investing in yourself through education or training, or seeking new opportunities. One of the things I love is that one of my yoga teachers wasn't making her desired revenue. And so she went back to working as a barber and she's doing phenomenal. I love that. It's a matter of thinking outside the box and doing something that is going to allow you to achieve your financial goal. Practical manifestation works best with proactive efforts to bring your desires to fruition. And the first step in that is to get clear on what you want to achieve, your earnings and how much you want to accumulate. Number two, removing money blocks. Oh, so important. One of the reasons we have so much information on money blocks in our money mindset course at themillionaireinsider.com/MMC is because it's a barrier for so many people, especially women. But all success, including financial results, starts in the mind and is a result of our belief system about money and wealth. And when we have money blocks, it stops it. Limiting beliefs about money can block the flow of abundance into our life. And common beliefs that block it are money is scarce, I'm not worthy of wealth, I don't do money. I encourage you to identify and challenge these beliefs by reframing them into positive, affirmative statements. Instead of saying, I never have money, why don't you say, I'm abundant or money flows to me? Replace I'm not worthy of wealth with I am enough and I deserve abundance. If you have serious money blocks and you need help immediately, I encourage you to go access the 7 principles of becoming a fulfilled and wealthy millionaire. At the end of chapter 1, there's an exercise called Releasing Mental Blocks and Core Beliefs. That exercise provides a step-by-step process to help you determine what beliefs you have that are actually blocking your wealth and fulfillment. You got to first of all figure out what it is, and that exercise helps you. The second part of it focuses on shifting your beliefs so you can attract what you want. You can access it at themillionaireinsider.com/7P-15 VIP. One of the key steps of that process is to write down with your dominant hand, for most people that's a right hand, what do I really want? What do I want to achieve with my money? What's important to me? And then with your non-dominant hand, answer it. What I want you to do with that exercise is really focus in on the beliefs you have that are not serving you, that are keeping you stuck, because it's virtually impossible to manifest what you want if you've got money blocks or money stories that aren't serving you. And again, that link is themillionaireinsider.com/7P-15 VIP. And I'm going to make one other comment about that, because that's not just a book. It's really like a workbook and it's got all these amazing exercises. I encourage you, if you get it, just read the entire book through to the end and then go back and start working on the exercises. I find a book we first published in 2006, I've seen the best results with that process. Number 3, practice gratitude and patience. Gratitude has a positive impact on manifestation. Make it a practice to give gratitude for the abundance that you already have in your life, regardless of the size. By focusing in on abundance versus scarcity, you create a vibration that aligns with what you want to manifest. I liken it to a radio station. If you're listening to hard rock and you can't stand it and it's 99.9 and you want to listen to soft jazz, which is 98.7, what do you have to do? You have to change the radio station. You have to get on a different frequency. Manifestation is the same thing. And people make it so woo-woo. The ironic part, when I was taking religious studies in college, which I thought was so interesting, one of the things we learned and we were reading about when we were studying the Bible is the fact that how much information and insight there is in the Bible about manifestation. And because the masses were starting to take over, that's when all of the fear and guilt and, really keeping people stuck came into fruition, because the problem is the leaders were going to be taking over. And I thought that was so interesting. Any of you who are curious about that, I encourage you to go study it, because it was a game changer for me to think, wow, this is unbelievable. I mean, it's things that they have been teaching in religions for a long, long time. They even cited ones that went back to Christ and a lot of different spiritual leaders. So again, something to be aware of. Manifestation is not always immediate. Results may not manifest in the way or the time frame you desire. That's why I encourage you to always be open and just trust the process. Know that the universe is working in your favor. I also encourage you to avoid dwelling on feelings of doubt or impatience because that can also hinder you attracting what you want. Instead, just maintain a sense of trust and openness to receiving the abundance that you have asked for. It's amazing what can happen. And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not a real patient person. And I'm not saying that you should just sit there and hope for it. You've got to be taking inspired action. But when you combine patience and inspired action, amazing things happen. Number 4, visualize and affirm. Visualization is such a powerful tool for manifesting anything, especially money. So take time to focus attention daily on what you want. By shifting your focus to what you want versus what you don't want, you're going to dramatically increase the odds of achieving it. I find it fascinating how many people tell me what they don't want. And then I'm like, oh, so what do you want? And then they're like, that's a really good question. My friends, it's virtually impossible to achieve a goal if we don't know what it is. It just doesn't work that way. And manifestation is no different. I encourage you to visualize yourself living a financially abundant life. Imagining yourself achieving your financial goals and experiencing those higher vibe feelings of joy, freedom, security that come with it. The more vividly you can imagine your desired outcome, the more potent your manifestation efforts are going to be. Now, you have to remember, it's so powerful to visualize because your subconscious mind can't tell the difference between something that's real and something you visualize. That's why it's so powerful. They have done research with athletes where they have one group that just visualizes it, one group that actually does it, and one group that does both. It's fascinating that the group that visualized it and the group that practiced literally had the same results. And then the group that did both had better results. Your subconscious mind can't tell the difference. Affirmations and mantras. Affirmations are positive statements that reinforce your desired goal or reality. You want to create positive affirmations related to money and abundance. Some great ones are, I am enough. At a core level, when we're not achieving our goal, it's a belief we're not enough. And I'm here to tell you, my friend, you are enough just as you are. None of us are perfect. And I don't know where many of us got that. I had such a perfectionism in me. It's just crazy. It's because at a core level, we don't believe we're enough. We are enough. And you've got to know that. And until you believe it, just know that I believe it for you. I am worthy of financial abundance. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly. Repeat these affirmations regularly in the morning before you go to bed. That's the best time to actually reprogram your subconscious mind, right? When you're waking up, when you're in the theta state, and then right when you're going to bed, when you're in the alpha state. While setting clear intentions and visualizing your desires is essential, releasing attachment to outcomes is also important. Now, this is really important. I strongly recommend you to affirm it and for you to think about it, not forget it. That said, it should not become an obsession in your life. It should be part of your life. You want to trust that the universe knows the best way and timing to deliver your desires, and then remain open to unexpected opportunities and blessings. Manifestation is an ongoing process that requires reflection and adjustments along the way. And then just make sure that you're assessing what's happening. Number 5, take consistent, inspired action and don't give up. Most people fail with money and life because they give up. By simply showing up and doing the work, you're going to dramatically improve your odds of achieving your desired success and being more successful manifesting. Some people find that like framing a $100 bill or even a check for the balance of their mortgage on their vision board inspires them to do the work. Take the time to find out what inspires you and then stick to it. Now, if you're not achieving your desired goal, say after 6 months, maybe even 3 months if it entails saving money, try something new until you figure out the formula that works for you. So important. We're all different. What works for me may not work for you, but there are some things that you can do. Make sure you're making enough money. If you're not, get a side hustle. monitor how you're spending your money. Where are you overspending? Wherever you're overspending, just start paying that amount with cash. So important. You can go to themillionaireinsider.com/MBT for magical budget template to access our template where you learn how to separate out wants and needs. If you have trouble with your spending plan, that is a great place to start. Again, it's themillionaireinsider.com/MBT. So there you have it. So let's review how to manifest money. Manifesting money is not about wishful thinking. It's about aligning our thoughts, our beliefs, and our actions to attract what we want. It requires that we understand the universal laws and that we take action to make our financial goals a reality. It's the woo and the work, the woo and the do, however you want to describe it. By practicing gratitude, visualization, affirmations, and inspired action, you can harness the power of manifestation to attract the financial prosperity you desire. Remember to trust the process and release attachments to the outcome and to cultivate a mindset of generosity and abundance. With persistence and commitment, you can't help but improve your odds of manifesting and creating the financial future you desire. So, my friends, just go do it. And I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did preparing for it. It's such a powerful tool, and I think it gets such bad raps. People either don't do it at all, or that's all they do. My friends, it's a combination, and that is what works. And that much I know for sure. If you love the content of this podcast, please follow and subscribe to our channel so you get notified of episodes, and also give us a 5-star review and share a comment. We really appreciate it. Congratulations on taking another step to create a financially free life you love. If you're not sure about your financial future or that it's in order, or you are ready to stop worrying about money, or possibly the fear of becoming a bag lady, ending up broke in retirement, or you simply are ready to know your financial house is in order so that you can have a bright financial future, please go to themillionaireinsider.com/NSF. And that doesn't stand for non-sufficient funds. It stands for next step finance. It's the next best step of what you need to do so you can avoid an NSF notice in your future. Again, themillionaireinsider.com/NSF. The number of women who were not broke or poor while working or married is staggering. The entire mission of the Wealth Inside and Out podcast is to ensure you have the information for you, your family, your friends, anyone who's willing to listen to it and apply it so that you can create a financially free life you love. Again, themillionaireinsider.com/NSF. Until our next episode, take one action that will help you create a financially free life you love. I'm Annette Ba'u, your host. All international copyrights are reserved.